This summer is about to get red hot. Red hots. This summer's gonna suck also.
Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Welcome to the Gamer Man's Lounge. I am your host, Lord Gamerman of this lounge, here with a news video, and because news is so goddamn slow, I can't do it a lot. I cover on news stories that have happened weeks past, leading up to the news that's happening right now, and yes, this news video is about to get very, very red hot. Okay, it's gonna get very spicy here, because it's going to get wild. If I cannot... Okay, sweet, we did it. Oh, hold on. Excessive censorship has been one of the biggest issues that has been hitting up the entertainment industry, and it is definitely the case. Imgur is changing a policy, well, making changes to their policy. Now, back then, when it comes to NSFW content, well, it is allowed. Well, not anymore. Well, here's what's going on. Now, back then, NSFW content was allowed, but it has to be unlisted, accessible via invite link. As long as it's not put up in the public space, you're good, if I remember right. Now, Imgur's not allowing all of it. Now, this new terms of service is going to be going into effect on the 15th of May this year, and of course, it is going to ban all explicit content unless it is educational, artistic, or informational, and those whose content have automatically got removed after this update will not get penalized at all. However, just to be safe, there was some NSFW stuff involving my figurine with the mage from Bikini Warriors. I had to get that removed from my Imgur because of this. Alright, I just had to do that just in case. Alright, so if you do have NSFW stuff that you uploaded to Imgur and it gets removed automatically after the update on May 15th, you won't get penalized at all. That should definitely be the case. And of course, it is officially emailed to Imgur users and officially clarified at the Imgur help page. So yeah, they're going pretty crazy, so the lewd drawings and lewd photo shoots of your lewd figurines is, I guess nobody isn't going to be able to get away with that anymore in Imgur. They're going to have to find somewhere else. It is not looking pretty great. And this could be a pain in the butt for artists that do use Imgur. What is going on? That's all we gotta ask. Anyway, let's get right on going to the next story. Surprise indie horror game, Iron Lung. Yeah, it made a surprise debut back in last year. And boy, did it end off with a big bang. However, Iron Lung is going to be getting a movie adaptation. So, yes, Iron Lung was an indie horror game released by developer David Szymanski. Hopefully I said that name right. Released in 2022, last year. Surprise release. Markiplier announced that he was making the movie on his YouTube channel. And the developer has been involved in the movie. And of course, Andrew Hulshult has officially revealed that he will be composing music for the movie via an official tweet. So yeah, so anybody who's officially involved with Iron Lung will come out with announcements saying, hey, we're working with Markiplier and all that kind of stuff. And it's a surprise that Markiplier is working on a video game-based movie. However, video game-based movie adaptations are pretty much improving, given the case with Sonic the Hedgehog the movie, and from what I have heard, Sonic 2 and the Mario movie. So, it is about to get very interesting. So anyway, next news story. First released on the PlayStation Vita, but only the first title was essentially released on the United States on US PS Vitas, but not the sequel. Dungeon Travelers 2 and 2.2, or 2-2, is re-releasing on PC this summer. These two games are going to be developed by Aqua Plus. Shiravune is going to be responsible for the re-release, and yes, the game Dungeon Travelers 2 and Dungeon Travelers 2 and 2-2 first debuted on PlayStation Vita. However, like I said, Dungeon Travelers 2 only made it to the States, and it's going to be available to pre-order on Jorin. And yes, Shiravune is working towards other storefronts, especially Steam. And yeah, there were rumors suggesting that the game was essentially blocked from release on Steam. It was denied release on Steam, according to a rumor. Like I said again, excessive censorship on forms of entertainment, especially fictional media, is going haywire, and it's about to get crazy. So, yeah, it is a dungeon RPG where, of course, you have a multi-class system, and of course, you have cute girls developed by the guys of Aqua Plus. So, pretty great. So, yeah, Dungeon Travelers 2, be on the lookout for that. Also, next news story. Seems my indoor activities are going to be pretty much limited at all today, so yeah, this is definitely why I'm kind of going through this news video fast and kind of rushing out this news video. But oh boy, let's keep right on going. And yeah, ASUS is getting a very, very bad reputation since the situation with their latest AMD motherboards. Now, there has been a situation where there would be the new X3D processors in the motherboards causing shenanigans, and it would destroy the CPU, it would destroy the motherboard, especially the CPU socket. And yeah, a lot of manufacturers for motherboards have been releasing BIOS updates from left and right to combat the issue, ASUS included. But ASUS released BIOS updates following the whole situation. But, as stated by Gamers Nexus, installing the BIOS update is stated to void warranties when installed due to the BIOS in beta. When it comes to a situation that detrimental, you wouldn't be releasing BIOS updates to combat it in its beta form. And yeah, and pretty much also as stated by Gamers Nexus, it didn't really fix anything. It just, there was shenanigans. Now, Gamers Nexus, they reviewed the ROG Crosshair X670E Extreme with the new BIOS, and the verdict was very disappointing. Also stated in that video, users have reached out to Gamers Nexus in regards to ASUS, stated in the video, and boy, is it not very pretty. And if you think things get worse, it's getting worse. Now, Jay's 2 Cents has announced termination of sponsorship. They don't want ASUS sponsoring his content anymore following the incident. And not just that, but also revealing that he's been constantly receiving defective motherboards. And yeah, he's been calling out ASUS for their very, very bad quality control. And this is happening when the ASUS ROG Ally, the new handheld gaming PC that is supposed to be the Steam Deck killer, boy, this tells that a launch is going to be very disastrous. I think they need to work on themselves and delay the ROG Ally, but it is the way that it is. They're just going to keep going with it. Disaster is going to completely strike, and 2 minutes or 2 moments or 2 months, 2 days later down the line, ROG allies could be hit with some serious situations, and people could be getting hit with bad defective stuff. Seems to be a situation, and software also, because you have to talk about the games. It's kind of hard to find reliable hardware that is going to essentially do you well, and it's going to last long. It's going to be very durable and reliable. It's hard. This is coming from somebody who bought a mechanical gaming keyboard and now had to buy the Corsair, another Corsair keyboard, and replace it because it was constantly freezing up on me from left and right. Like, serious. It's kind of hard to find a game that you're going to like, a game that you're going to rely on, and it's going to be hard to find hardware that you're going to rely on. It's a pain in the butt because you're constantly, and it's not just video game hardware or software or computer hardware, it's also stuff, food included, okay? Like, let's be honest here, like going grocery shopping, a lot of things are more likely than ever could go horribly wrong, okay? But I have noticed a lot of recall on foods from left and right. Something to understand, and I noticed people have gotten sick from food that they bought from the grocery store, fresh from the grocery store, and it's just hell's breaking loose at the end of the day. It's not pretty. It's just the way that it is. It's today's world. So, yeah. I'll get to more on that later in the video, but yeah, ASUS is not looking pretty great, not doing too hot. I think it's going to be for the best if they just back off and just take a step back, read the room, improve themselves, work on themselves more, fix themselves, but they have a bad reputation just as when they're about to release the ROG Ally. It's not pretty. Anyway, next news story. Genshin Impact had its special program previewing Genshin Impact 3.7. The 3.7 update is going to be involving a Genius Invocation TCG major story event quest that's going to be more than just the card game. There's a lot of crazy stuff you can do it. There's a make your own domain event quest. There's going to be a rerun event quest. And there's going to be a huge Genius Invocation TCG update, adding in new cards and new modes. However, Yoimiya is going to be getting an Act 2 story quest. So yes, Yoimiya, who was featured in Waifus of Gaming. So yeah, your Matsuri GF gets her very own Act 2 story quest, so there's more Yoimiya to go around. And there's a Hangout series quest for Kaveh, and the new character, the 4-star Dendro Sword Kirara, which I'm very disappointed, but this sucks, because after the poo-poo show that was Dea's debut, it was a disaster when Dea released, but also the program ended off with a teaser, possibly for the next update. Now, for the event banners, Phase 1, for the 5 stars, Yoimiya, Pyrobow user, and Yaimiko, Electro Catalyst user, with 4-star Kirara making debut. Hey, at least they added her into 2 banners that I would pull for. Though, keep in mind that Yaimiko had a disastrous debut as, yes, she's another character that Hoyoverse did dirty and gave a disaster debut. However, for Phase 2, 5 stars, Kazuha, an emo sword user, and Alhaitham, Dendro sword user too. So yeah. Should say animal, but yeah. But however, this teaser is probably going to be for the next update. But however, this update's going to be right around the corner. And of course, well, we might have plenty of time to farm. So if you haven't done that, farm your ass off because it could be coming around the corner. And it's going to be near. Check Ganyu's banner and check Baiju's banner right now. So, something to keep in mind. It's coming. It's really coming. Anyway, next news story. After numerous teasers, that's right, Curiate has now basically decided to reveal their new game titled Love on Leave. Looks like another international debut. Now, May 18th, 2023 release date. Nintendo Switch and Steam, that's the platforms they're going to be releasing. It's going to be a digital-only title with a $25 price tag. It's going to be countryside theme, and it's going to be a slice-of-life romance adventure game. And the goal here is that you have to try to, like, romance one of three sisters. But then again, there could be multiple endings. There's going to be multiple endings. But there could be a route where you could go for all three or two of the three. Keep in mind of that. Alright. But you will be limited to 14 days. And mini-games are going to be pretty much included from left and right. Now, there's going to be animated CG events. So, yes, there's going to be a lot of animation put into it. Now, out of all the activities that you got to do included, it's going to be harvesting, fishing, collecting items, you're doing favors for others, and of course, there's going to be multiple endings, because the goal here is to essentially try to get along romantically with one of the three sisters. So, yeah. So, Nintendo Switch, Steam, May 18th for $25. Let's see the release go well in swimming. Let's see after the release go well in swimming. Alright, because let's hope for the best that Karen doesn't come out of nowhere and cause an issue from left and right. Just like what's been happening when it comes to their games. Some Karen comes out of the blue, pulls some shenanigans, and they just disappear off the market, or they get canceled and not be able to release at all. They had to release alternately in another platform. It really sucks. But anyway, news links in the description. Sorry I had to go and rush this news video out. I thought I was going to be able to do this news video a whole lot and have it dragged out for essentially longer and make it entertaining. But unfortunately, my indoor activities are limited, and as a result, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. So, hey, this is the news video that I got out for May 2023. It is the way that it is, but this summer is going to be very limiting on what you can do, and it just goes to show, yeah, I mean, there's quality control issues that's making things too much to ask, like especially grocery shopping, because it's not just, and I stated this previously just now, it's not just hardware and software for like gaming and computers. It's also definitely going to be like food and stuff from left and right. And as a matter of fact, I'm beginning to catch a glimpse of the ice cream trend, a very controversial ice cream trend. Just, yeah, it's going to involve some food tampering, and it feels like it's about to come back in the limelight. It's not looking very pretty, so you might want to be careful. And there's going to be a huge recall on foods from left and right. Now that I just jinxed it, I'm pretty sure I just jinxed it. Yeah, I just jinxed it. So yeah, it seems like everything you do, like your grocery trips are going to be much of a gamble. Like finding a new game released today is going to be much more of a pain in the ass. So you're going to have to figure out games released past, or go retro, or go run the gotchas of Genshin Impact and the newly released Honkai Star Rail, Azure Lane, and Princess Tale, or Brave 9, okay. Yeah, it's going crazy. It is going pretty much crazy, and like I said, indoor, outdoor, at-home activities are going to be very limited, especially over the summer, and after that one incident that I don't want to talk about, I figured, oh boy, there's going to be summer blockbusters, and not in a good way. It's today's timeline. Anyway, with that totally said, that is all, and I will be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.
This is a video product made by a fellow gamer man. We hope that you enjoy the content, and we also hope that you enjoyed the shenanigans. We'll be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out. Heyo!